Hi, Kevin here. Today we're fixing some lemon crinkle cookies. The recipe comes from a website called Lauren's Latest. I will post a link to Lauren's website and her recipe in the description box below. So I've not made these cookies before, but they got terrific reviews, so I thought I should make them today. Now, the first thing you need to do is preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, sorry about the hand there, and line 2 baking sheets with parchment paper. Okay, then Lauren doesn't say to do this, but I'm going to mix the dry ingredients together first. So what I have here is 1.5 cups of regular all-purpose flour. And I did fluff the flour first and then spoon it into measuring cups. So that's 1.5 cups of flour. And to the flour, I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda. And then just give this a good whisk. All right, and then set it aside. And hold on, I'm going to move my stand mixer into camera view. All right, so if you don't have a stand mixer, you can absolutely use a large bowl and electric beaters. So what I'm going to do is add a 1/2 cup of room temperature butter to the mixer and 1 cup of regular granulated sugar. And then I'm going to cream the sugar and butter together until the mixture is light and fluffy. And when that happens, we'll come back. All right, this looks light and fluffy to me. So now we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And I'm going to turn this on. 1 large egg. And 1 tablespoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice. And Lauren says 1 teaspoon of lemon zest, but what I did was just zest the rind of 1 whole lemon. So I probably have a bit more than 1 teaspoon of lemon zest, but I suspect that's okay. Beat that in. Then have to scrape down the bowl. Yeah, whenever you're making cookie dough or a cake batter and you're using an electric mixer, you have to scrape down the bowl from time to time. Okay. And then I'm going to continue mixing this just until everything's well incorporated. All right, this is looking very nice. So now I'm going to add the dry ingredients, the flour mixture. I'm going to do that. Lauren says to stir the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt into the wet ingredients, but I'm going to do it just on the lowest speed of my stand mixer. And I'm going to add the flour gradually. This does smell very lemony. Yeah, it's almost December, so it's time to start putting together the Christmas cookie repertoire. And if these cookies turn out as well as I think they will turn out, I will definitely make them again for Christmas. Apparently they freeze really well too. All right, here we go. All right. Final mix here, and then let me clear the decks, and then I'll show you the next step. All right, so Lauren said to put a half cup of confectioner's sugar on a large plate. What I did was sift a half cup of the confectioner's sugar into a pie plate. And then you're supposed to take heaping teaspoons of dough and form them into a ball. I'm going to use my little cookie scoop here, and let's see how this works out. She said to roll them into a ball, and then drop the ball in the confectioner's sugar and roll it around, and then place it on the parchment-lined baking sheet. She didn't say how far apart to space the cookies, but I'm going to guess probably 2 inches apart because I think the cookies do spread. All right, and I'm going to do one more cookie here. Roll it around in the confectioner's sugar. I'm sure you could do several of these at one time. Okay, and then I'll continue making the cookies and rolling them in the sugar, and then I'll come back. Well, I managed to form 40 cookies from that cookie dough. So now these go into the preheated 350-degree oven until the bottoms of the cookies begin to brown and the tops have a matte finish. That's what Lauren said. They should have a matte finish. They shouldn't be shiny, and they shouldn't look raw. Okay, that's going to take from 9 to 11 minutes. So we'll come back when these are done. Oh, and I'm going to bake the cookies one tray at a time. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, here's the first batch of lemon crinkle cookies all baked. And I had these in the oven for 10 minutes. Let's have a look at the bottom of one of these. Yeah, it started to color on the bottom. So what Lauren says to do is to let the cookies cool on the baking sheet for 3 minutes and then transfer them, can you see it there, to a wire rack to cool completely. Okay, I'm going to bake off this second tray of cookies and then I'll come right back. All right, here are all of the cookies, all 40 of them. And they smell terrific. They smell very lemony, and they do have a crinkled top. So now it's time to taste of one. Oh, and I wanted to show you the bottom of the cookie. It did turn a light brown color, and that's exactly what you want. So now it's time for a taste. Very buttery, very lemony, and very delicious. So thank you, Lauren, for this lemon crinkle cookie recipe. I'm going to serve some of the cookies when friends come for dinner tomorrow night, and then I'm going to freeze whatever cookies remain. Of course, I'm probably going to eat several of them. Again, really delicious. So please give these cookies a try. And again, I will post the link to Lauren's website in the description box below, so you can check out her recipe there. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.